and I practiced for a while. And then I will then talk about the institute, just briefly, particularly the registration aspect of the institute towards the end. So my name is Moses Omondi, my middle name. And just my background in supply chain is that I started working in 1996. I'm hearing, what?
You look young.
So 1996.
You look young.
I first got employed. G4S, so I've been working for 25 straight years, non-stop. 25 years in supply chain. This has been in senior leadership in different organizations and work with the multinationals and a few local startups. And I'll mention them as we move on. And the first company that I worked for was Group 4 Security, G4S, which has a branch here. And countrywide, we had branches all over the country. And we're also supporting East Africa, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. The company at that time, that was between 1996 and 2002, had procurement spend of about 6 billion that early because of the branch network and what they were doing in the region. Ground zero, supply chain assistant from college, then supply chain assistant. So I worked there for 7 years and I moved to Tibet and Britain, Africa, which was the sister company of Unilever as a procurement officer. And so the issues of distribution, logistics, we're doing distribution logistics all the way to Mozambique. So I served 3 years there, and then I applied a position in the academia, Eastern University. I was successful, and I became head of procurement and contracts. Again, I served for 3 years, and that was my system. 3 years, and the idea is to grow. You build your experience and then move on and go to the next. The next one was Access Kenya, ICT. And again, I served for about 3 years as group procurement manager and potential in Nairobi. But of course, because of COVID, most of the city hotels, actually 5 of them or so, are closed indefinitely. Okay, so we pause there. I'm giving you my story. Then around 2010, actually, take you back, 2001, there was a professional body called Kenya Institute of Purchasing and Supplies Management, KIPSIM. It had offices in South Sea, for those of us who know Nairobi. And as young professionals at that time, we wanted to identify with the professional body. So KIPSIM was the one which was available, and we all joined. Just young like you people, we joined. And later on, 2 years later, there was another body called KISSIM, which wanted to push, I think there's a distraction on the board, you need to, oh, I can see people looking at it, it's the hotel communicating, sorry for that. So KISM now, a group of practitioners came in trying to push for the enactment of the law. And so as young practitioners, we also joined in there, moved in with them. Following through, the idea was to become a member of the professional body, which is what I want to appreciate your leadership is doing here, trying to set up a professional association for the students. And luckily enough, there's a professional association for practitioners, which you can now dovetail very easily into. So we followed through with that organization, attended a couple of the trainings, KSM, and became a member essentially, and started following up with their programs, attending trainings, building my capacity as an individual practitioner, and following through with what you're doing. And in 2007, the law that we are currently using was passed. So I'm glad that I was part of that process of trying to push for the law as a young person. It means you can do it as a young person. You can be involved and make some difference as a young person. Then 2010 was a program where KSM introduced for practitioners. It's called ITC, International Trade Center. It's a very practical course, which is still part of what is delivered. Because of COVID, maybe we are slowed down. From Geneva in Sweden, Switzerland, yeah. And a lot of people did it, and I also took advantage of that program. I did the 2-year program, finished, and they asked us whether we can train